data ecosystem, data science, cloud computing, IoT, etc. The course curriculum and structure is made in such a way that the skill and knowledge received enable students to apply in their career. There are many allied companies like Google, Amazon, data science, cloud computing, IoT, etc. The course curriculum and structure is made in such a way that the skill and knowledge received enable students to apply in their. There are many allied companies like Google, Amazon, HCL, Wipro, TCS, Capgemini, Tech Mahindra, etc., where BSc Computer Science degree holder can find job opportunities. The department currently consists of 13 faculty members, approximately 570 undergraduate students, and 2 research scholars. In effective teaching learning process, we have signed 3 MOU with a leading company like Alumni Technology, Inspire Softech Solutions, and published 2 patents, 1 consultancy project, and launched various applications in Google Play Store. One of the popular application is used by the student in the regular basis for the academic purpose. The department has modern facility for teaching, learning, placement, and research. It offers a wide array of research opportunity and program of study at undergraduate level, and also provide co and extracurricular activities to the student. Besides this, the department offers Doctor of Philosophy, PhD in Computer Science. With rapidly evolving technology and the continuous need for innovation, the department has produced quality professional holding important position in the IT industry in India and abroad. The department has various club activity for identifying hidden talent from the student, which helps to crack the interview process. The top companies are visited every year. We have excellent placement record, and at most 90% of students have been placed in the top companies who have two that is normally we have 2 university rank produced by the department. uh, this is small introduction about college and department. The Department of Computer Science BSc has organized one-day webinar on roadmap for placement. The webinar is very much useful for UG and PG students. We all have assembled here today to motivate and cherish the young minds present within us. Apart from it, this is a great occasion to welcome our chief guest of today. I am profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to welcome the chief guest for the day, my beloved first batch student, Mr. B. Pavitran, Web Analytic Measurement, AstraZeneca, Chennai. In spite of his heavy schedule, he has accepted to grace today's function. I am really happy to welcome him. And also, we welcome our beloved participants, staff, and students. Once again, welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, it's time to welcome our beloved Mrs. P. Ponveni, ma'am, Assistant Professor, to give an introduction about the chief guest. A few words from you, ma'am. Ponveni, ma'am, you're most wanted here.
Thank you, Ma. Good morning, one and all. Mr. Pavitran A, working as a web analyst, tagging and measurement, AstraZeneca, Chennai. He was a student of our department from 2016 to 19 batch. He has got national level runner-up in standard judging competition conducted by Bharat Scouts and Guides at Haryana. He has an active participant of the International Earth Summit conducted by the CBSE at Delhi. He was also organized events at college level and inter-college level, inter-school level as a president. He was the best outgoing student of SRM in 2016 to 2019 batch. He was an active participant in all events which we conducted during his study period. He is a smart worker. He has a good leadership quality. Though he passed out from our department, whenever he called him for any event, he never says no. He respects everybody because of his good characteristics. He has achieved this level. So from my bottom of heart, I also wish him to achieve many more success in his future. Okay, in this occasion, I would like to tell you one thing. I want all our beloved students to build good characteristics and good leadership quality and voluntary initiation in all department activities apart from their regular studies. Thank you all. Thank you, Pavitran.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was so inspiring. Now the time has come. We rarely get this kind of opportunity to listen to the words of the great personality, none other than Mr. V.A. Pavitran Sir, web analyst, tagging and measurement, AstraZeneca, Chennai, who's a guest of honor going to give a speech on roadmap for the placement. It's such an honor to have you here, sir. Let's all have the privilege of listening to his speech. Over to you, sir.
Pavitran, hello. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Sorry, guys, I wasn't able to unmute myself before. I think you're able to hear me loud and clear, right?
Yes, yes, Pavitran. Audible,
Yeah,
you audible.
thank you so much, sir. First and foremost, thank you so much, Umar and Imam, for the kind welcome, and Ponve Imam. Those were really kind words that I received. I was actually trying to talk during when you guys gave me the speech. I was at least trying to thank you guys for the kind speech, but I was not able to unmute myself. And apologies for that. And really honored to be here after a long time. And like as we say, this particular department is my home. This is where I started my entire, I would say my entire career itself, because here is where I learned a lot of stuff. So we'll come back to that. And before that, I would like to thank, Uday Kumar sir, Vignesh sir, who's there in the call, who I know of, and everyone has been a great pillar of support for me, staying here and talking over this call. Thank you so much for inviting me here. It's such a privilege for me to be here. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, ma'am. So to begin with, guys, hopefully most of you guys, would be wondering why BSc Computer Science, or some people who have already took BSc Computer Science will be wondering why we took BSc Computer Science. In 3 years of journey, you will learn a lot of things here in BSc Computer Science. And being an art student and being a BSc Computer Science student, what are the leads you have when you come to a career? So at the end of the day, why we are studying all this is to have a better career and to have a better, better job role and stuff. So I would say where we have the lead. So most of us who are studying BSc Computer Science will be joining the college at our 18 years of age, and we'll probably be completing our college by our 21 years. And after we get placed, we'll be getting placed at the age of 21 itself, and we'll start working at the age of 21 itself. So there you have the lead. I would say people who are studying engineering for 4 years, they'll be coming 1 year later, and they'll be joining you in the same job that you're doing right now. So there you kind of have a lead. You have 1 year of experience other than the guys who are of your same age. You have one year of experience more. You're going to do the same thing. And probably sometimes you might also take the sessions for them once when they join the company. You might take the sessions for them how to work, because you're already been there a year. So that's the main point which I personally experienced in my career of getting into arts and science, and especially why BSc computer science, and that too why here in SRM, that too in our department. Right. So if you're going to do your BSc computer science in any other colleges, because I had my friends doing it, so that's why I'm talking this confidence. I had my friends doing it, and they do share their experiences of what they had before. So they used to say, they do have classes, they do have regular classes, they do have it running as a schedule, they have a timetable, they go to the classes and they learn stuff. But they teach it, and these people study stuff. But do you actually learn it? There is a difference between learning and studying, as all of us know. And what you can do right here in SRM, you can actually learn the stuff. They always give you space to learn stuff. If you're going to innovate something, if you're going to, say if you're having a wild, crazy idea that you're going to bring up, and you want the, department to support you, I can assure you, this department will never say no, because I've done a lot of stuff. I asked them for a lot of initiatives, and they never actually said no. Because I when I completed my school, I used to conduct a lot of cultural events, and a lot of events that I you know that the other students just want to participate in school level. So once when I came in here, they give, in my first year of my my BSc itself, they gave me a chance to conduct a big event, a huge event. And we had the support of each and every faculty member here in the department. And uh, that is the support that you get here. That's what I'm trying to say. Anything that you want to do at all, any innovation that you want to do at all, which is going to lead yourself or the department to a good level, this department will go to any extent to support you. I can surely assure you that. And regarding the studies and all the stuff that we have here, you have the best faculty. They'll get you there. They'll get you up and running for all the exams that you're doing, and they don't just focus on the exams. So most of you guys would have noticed your faculty teachers saying, like, like sorry guys, like this is the thing, the stuff we are going to learn here is not just for your exams. It's going to be for your future purpose. That is why you guys, the time when we studied, that was the first set of syllabus that we had. And after that, now I recently had a chance to connect with Uday Kumar sir, and he shared me the new syllabus, and the new syllabus looked really good. The new syllabus looked actually very competitive for the industry that is going on right now. If you come into IT industry with this syllabus and a good knowledge about the syllabus, if you actually have a good knowledge about the syllabus that we're having right now, we have wide range of options to get into the IT industry. So regarding the syllabus and the faculty support here, I would say, this is the best place. And as I said, why do we choose BSc Computer Science? If you choose BSc Computer Science, you have a wide range of PG options. That is one among it. And also here you learn a lot of other stuff rather than just focusing on the application part of it. You learn a lot of stuff. As I said, you will be having a wide range of opportunities once when you finish your BSc Computer Science, and once when you get into a company. Say, for example, you're getting placed into a company as a trainee, but that doesn't end there. If you're studying big data here, if you're studying cloud computing here, if at all the company that you're getting placed here, has a lot of opportunities for that, you can actually go and request them if you have perfect knowledge on them. They would ask, obviously ask you a few questions, but then you can switch there. So there are a wide range of options from which you can select which you like the most, and you can go there. That is why they have wide range of options. Some people like studying cloud computing. Some people like studying big data. But we are supposed to study everything of that. But what you like is something that you can select and you can fix for your career, and that is where our department leads, I would say. That is one of the points. And what would be the scope after completing BSc Computer Science is a major question that anyone who has selected the course or who is about to select the course will be having. So as I said, it's a very, very wide range of wide range of scope. So I would say, if you're going to go somewhere like, somewhere related to hardware, if you like the hardware stuff and you like, there's a lot of openings for the Snapdragon chipset companies and the AMD companies and the Intel companies. There are a lot of chipset manufacturing companies where they need acquire technical skills, and you'll be learning about that also here. And all those will be, very useful for you if you're a person who's very much interested in the hardware stuff. And if you're a person who's interested in the software stuff, you can always become a full stack developer, because I'm seeing your syllabus, and I just have it here. You have AngularJS, you have MongoDB, and everything. You've just got it all covered. So if you want to become a full stack developer or a database manager, you can just go there. You can just apply for it, and you just need to and one more thing I would say: whatever you study here, it's not exactly going to be the stuff that you're going to work on. So when you get into a company, they'll be teaching you from the scratch, and you can have a step forward because your syllabus looks good. Because in every other college, they'll be having a very normal syllabus. They'll just be having C, C++, Java. That is what they are accustomed to. But we are having AngularJS, MongoDB, and we are teaching about artificial intelligence, and we're having the latest one, the Python. We are having Python getting in. So you will be having a step forward from all the other employees, which will make you excel there. So that is the main reason that why you selected. And of course, even if you're a person who came in from a biology department, I would say that the science biology department background, and if you have taken BSc computer science at all, and if you're afraid, like that you'll not be able to cope up here with the computer science, no worries about because I have my own experience with this. I am a computer science student though, but I've seen my friends being there who came in from biology, and all those people, once when they sat in the class, they never felt uncomfortable in learning the concepts, because they will start from the scratch of the concept. If it starts from C++, they'll start from the right way where who found C++ and the basic syntax. They just don't jump in having in mind, like we all are computer science students, we already know it. The faculty takes a lot of effort to start it from the scratch, and in order to make you in order to make sure that it reaches you, they do a lot of efforts, and they put in a lot of efforts too. So that is one more thing I would say about this particular the entire department. And also the new syllabus that I was talking about, which contains AngularJS, MongoDB, artificial intelligence, Python. And among these, I think the AngularJS, MongoDB, and Python are the new ones. Rest of the stuff we got to study. But the AngularJS, MongoDB, and Python, these are the latest ones. You have a real good syllabus here. We have a very revised syllabus here, which is very competitive with the industry. We wish we had all this syllabus, because, as I said, we would have had an option to work with AngularJS in our company. But we didn't have it that time. Now you guys have it. But for the syllabus that we had, we are already in good places. I know a friend who got placed here. I will just tell about all the friends who got placed and where you can be placed. So I had a friend, and I got an offer there. So we got an offer in LTI, which is LNT, as you know, it's Plant and Turbo Infotech, and there he joined as a fresher. He had no idea what he's going to learn about, and he has no idea about SAP. So why? Because I'm telling this is if you're afraid about your career, I'll say how this department helped us in building our career. So once when he got in the interview part itself, they were not concentrating about the technical stuff at the first place. They were concentrating about the attitude that we had, and also the stuff that we know, like the basic stuff that we know, and all the attitude that we have gained here throughout the 3 years is because of the opportunities that the department has given us to organize all the events. From there, we gained a lot of experience, and from there we got that, and we both got placed into L&T. And I got placed in the AstraZeneca. I'll come back to that. And he got placed in L&T, and he learned SAP. You guys who have you learned about SAP, and he got placed into SAP. I think he's a SAP consultant now. So he's actually successful. He has gone for on-site recently, and he just came back. So he's been a successful employee, and he always thanks the department for it. Hopefully, you guys will get to meet him soon, and in the next session or so. Hopefully, he'll be there. He'll be giving you the intro of the entire thing again. So we have a guy there, and we also have other people who are in variety of jobs. I would say, I know people who are in Amazon. I know people who are working in Infi. and all those people, they all are doing the job that they love. They got it from here in placement. So I got placed into AstraZeneca. So the company that I'm working currently, and now I'm having 2+ years of experience in my company, and now I'm an associate in web analytics and measurement in AstraZeneca Chennai. So what we do is I write codes in jQuery and JavaScript in order to study the user behavior on the website, and we track it to the Adobe Analytics. So this is what I do. So I really really have a good time there. And once when they saw my resume, in my resume I've put in like I've organized a lot of events here in the department as president. And after they saw my resume and they asked a few questions, I'm being honest, they didn't ask me any technical questions. They just asked me from my resume. They just asked me, how did you conduct the event? So I explained them what all we did to conduct the event, and how successfully we took in the event from the department, and how much space the department has given me. They just heard that part from my side, and they did not ask for any technical questions. I'm being really honest. And then I'm getting a notice like I'm being selected in the company. So that is what the companies are looking for, right? You know, if you can be the best in writing a code, you can be the best in writing any code. If I'm going to come and give you a code in Python, and you're gonna any program in Python, and you're gonna write a program and show me, that's fine. But what's more than that, if you know something, you must know to say that you know that. Or if you don't know it, you must know to say like you're ready to learn it at least. But some people will be actually afraid of talking or speaking out like that. That is where the problem lies. And here we have a complete placement training for it. We have a career guidance program, and we have a lot of mock interviews which will make you ready for it. If at all, even if you're not going to speak at all, they'll actually make you speak. That is how the cultures from the base here. So it's actually a pretty good experience. And if you're going to face a placement interview next, the few things that I would recommend you is being very strong on your basic coding skills. I would not ask you to be, completely thorough on React JS or Angular JS. Just go on and whatever they give you, you have to write it there. No, the interviews doesn't work that way. All these React JS, Angular JS, the base of it comes from C++ or Java. So in any interview that you go, they'll be asking you which programming language you're comfortable with. Say if you're saying like you're comfortable with C, then be thorough with C. Whatever they'll be giving you very simple, they'll be giving you very simple work cases. They'll be giving you very simple test cases, and you would have to write a program for that. And if you're confident enough to explain the program, then go for that language. If you like C, then prepare the C to the extent, so that you don't miss it. You have everything that is covered in C, and you can actually excel the interview there. And the next thing I would say is, yeah, the first thing is being prepared with at least one of the programming language, and be sure which programming language it is. That is what I would say. At the interview point, you should not be having confusions like, shall I write it in JavaScript, or shall I write it in C? Shall I write it in C++? No. If you're comfortable writing it in C++, go ahead in C++. You don't have a doubt there. So if you're going to focus on a syntax or focus on the concepts that you're going to learn, and you think C++ is going to do good for you, then prepare for C++ and go for the interview. So that is what I would say regarding the programming side. And the next one is the major one that I would say. It's about having the attitude. Nowadays all the companies, even I've been with my company for recruitment drives. Now I'm going there with my company for a few recruitment drives. I'm been seeing the interviews that my company takes. They don't actually worry about the actual technical knowledge that you've got. All they are seeing now, this is as far as my company, and I think there are other companies like this too. But other companies will also consider this a major thing, which is your attitude. They consider is they are going to recruit a person. They'll be teaching the person whatever they have to do, and they can sculpt the person from there to the job. But in order to sculpt the person must be having a learning attitude. You must be open to learn first. So you just keep expressing in your interview that you're ready to learn whatever is needed, and just talk so freely. Like don't be tense in talking in an interview. I know it's difficult. When it's a major pressure for you. When you know that your life is going to be based on that interview, and you'll be having a lot of pressure in your mind. But all I would say is, don't ever think about it. Don't ever think about it. There are a lot of people who got placed in the company before you. People who doesn't even talk as much as you do. They are sitting in the company, so obviously you can also get in there. So first thing is letting out your fear and opening up and talking. There will be a lot of mock interview sessions here, and there will be a lot of career placement training sessions here, which will make you actually do that. And any time if you guys feel like you need a session for you to have a rehearsal of interview, or if you want to have sessions on how to face an interview, like we are having it right now. But if you actually want to talk personally, like if you want to share about the basic intro about if I'm saying like say about yourself, talk about yourself, and if you want to present it in a very good way, you can of course always reach out to Uday Kumar sir, or Punvini ma'am, or Vignesh sir, or Umarani ma'am, like anyone here. They'll surely, if at all that is the case, if you guys want a session on that, and I can try to help you the most I can. If they let me know, I'm surely interested in coming in for another session, and I can actually talk to you guys. I can actually talk to you personally one by one, and we can get through this entire interview thing done. You can be, if you want, if you feel like you want to be confident more to speak, we can have a session for that. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to say no, because the level of confidence I'm saying, I can actually now be I can now be like, ma'am, shall we have this session? But whenever I say this, and whenever I take an initiative like this, which should be important, not just me, any one of you guys, whenever you take an initiative, and if you go and ask my ma'am but never say no, she'll be like, okay, please go on and take the session. So that is what she'll be saying. So if at all you guys want to have that session, please let ma'am know, so that we can have another session where we can have mock interviews, we can talk freely, we can have an open session, we can have a GD session. Group discussion is the one of the most things that they look at the interview, right? So you would have seen the interviews, and you would have known what an interview is since you have been in the college for a long time. So uh, group discussions are one of the most important stuff that they'll be looking at an interview. So in order to talk in a group discussion, you need to have that confidence of talking, and you will probably get that confidence sometime here, after all the training. And even more, if you want to have like a mock group discussion, a mock placement interviews, we can always have a session. And you would have it with the Facebook, of course. You would have it with the Facebook. But even if you want to do it with me also, I'm really really happy to come in for another session, and we can talk about it. And we can have a mock group discussion. And when you're having it with me, you should not be thinking like, should I speak this or not. And that is why we are mainly aiming having the session. You can speak out loud, you can speak whatever you want. And from there, if at all there is something, some corrections are there, sir will be there, ma'am will be there, they'll be letting you know, I'll be there, whatever I know I'll be letting you know. So all these stuff will be helping you. So why I'm saying this is, this department, and the alumni of this department, we constantly strive in having the other guys in the department, our freshers, our juniors in the department, in order to strive for a better career, and to have a better future. So I'm really, really confident that the department will give you the best in setting your career. I'll honestly say a few of my instances that I've seen in my life. Few people who haven't even who were not able to pay the placement fees. Those people are also there, but they just needed a job very badly. And of course, the people who paid the placement fees got excellent placements here and there. And unfortunately, they were not able to get placed. So they thought, they'll be able to get into the company by their own self. But I've seen each and every one of them, struggling to get a job. Why? Because they don't have the proper communication. I've seen people from other departments struggling to get a job because they were roaming around in each and every company, and they don't know where to reach out and how to reach out. But here, if you're leaving it as a department, they'll be giving you a proper way of how you're getting placed, and leave it to them. Trust them, and they'll be getting you done. And personally, I know a lot of people who got placed, and they're not just being placed here from the interviews. If at all people are missing here, don't feel bad for it. I've seen our own HOD ma'am. She has suffered a lot of people into a lot of companies. She's still helping a lot of people, and the level of expertise that she has in this field, and the level of contact that she has in the IT industry, I would say you guys are in the best place. If you are looking for something that you need, that you like, the department will be able to get you to that. That is what I would mainly say. So these are something that I wanted to talk about: the placement and the department. Now let's come back to the extracurriculars that we do during the place during the college hours that will be there inside. So one of the major the major concern or major query from the entire faculty members were last time, and the batch before that, ma'am wanted to conduct a lot of events, and she had a set of students who are doing it, and She told, like, other students have not stepped up to do it. I'm not just saying this for in order to push you into the event, right? I'm just saying this because whenever you conduct an event, whenever a department organizes and when they are giving you a chance to conduct an event, it's an excellent chance to which goes on your resume. You know that shows your basic leadership skill that you have, which a company might look into. If you're going to be as a vice president or a secretary in a particular event the department is organizing, and you're getting the event successfully, then you'll be having a lot of experience in the leadership skill. You're managing a lot of events that are happening at the same time. You're managing a lot of people under you, like event managers and everyone, and that gives you a good leadership skill, and that you can put in your resume. And believe me, every time they see your resume, they'll be noting that point because that is something that the interview panel is looking at. So whenever you get a chance to conduct an event at the department, please don't hesitate. They'll be giving you all the support. All you have to do is coordinate with them and the students, and get the event going. So there also, if you have any doubts, you can reach out to us anytime, and we'll be happy to help because we were doing it all the time. To be honest, we never used to be in. Mostly, we never used to be in class. Myself and my team, we never used to be in classes. We used to conduct all the events and all the stuff. And in spite of that, we managed to score good marks. That is because of the support that we got from the department. Even though we were conducting a lot of events, they did not let us compensate what I would say. They would not let us sacrifice the studies or something. They made us exactly know what is required. What is required, and they trained us where it is needed. So whenever we conducted an event, then we would actually know what is going on in the class too, because of the help from of all the faculty members. Then we study that before the exams, and we managed to get good scores. We managed to get considerably good scores, all of us. And it was actually very nice to see such a support from the department. So whenever you're asked to do or conduct an event, please feel free to go ahead and go ahead and conduct the event. That's what I would say. So these are the main stuff that I wanted to say to you guys. I might have been a little bit fast, in saying all these, but I'm sorry, guys. I don't have the flow control right now because I just woke up and had a bath, took a bath, and just came and sat here because I'm usually a night bird, and this is a kind of an early day for me. So that is why it could have been a little bit of more space. And now I'm happy to take up any questions that you guys have. Let it be regarding the department, or let it be regarding the placements or job scope or anything that is related to BSc Computer Science. Anything that you guys want to ask me. If you want to ask, probably you can unmute, or you can, if you are not able to unmute, you can put it in the chat box so that I can see it and I can, actually answer your question. Anything which is related to the placement stuff too. Yeah. Don't hesitate or think to ask questions, because this is something, it's a good quality of asking questions. Once when you ask questions, then people know, you have the thirst to learn stuff, and that is what is needed in an interview also. So if you want to put up questions, just put it up. Don't think if it could be a silly question or a crazy question. It can be any question that you want to. Even if you don't want to put it to everyone, you can, I think you can just you can also send the chat to send the chat to me. I can answer your question. Yeah. Right. So I don't see any questions. So I probably take that as a no. Yeah. Okay. Right. So I don't know if I can say the name because you have sent a message to me. So I'll just go on with the question, just your question and the answer for it. So you have explained, and one more thing, please don't call me sir. I'm just 22. With this October, I'll be 23 though, but still, don't call me sir. I'm just you can call me bro, or you can just call me for. Yeah. Awesome. Guys. Yes. So I've got two questions so far. So I'll first answer the first question that I've got. Can you explain the scenario of final round face to face? Yeah. So I have had around 3 face-to-face interviews here in the placement in this entire placement, right? So the first one was AstraZeneca, so which is the company that I'm working right now. So in that, in face-to-face, in the face-to-face final round, that is the final round, which you have with the HR. So HR is the human resources person who will finally make a decision to recruit you or not. So I was having this round with HR, and she was sitting right there in front of me, and she was asking me a few questions. She just went through my resume, and as I said, she just looked at the I put in like achievements, hobbies, and skills, and there I have put in like I've conducted a lot of events at the college level. Say for example, as a president. So what she asked, she just asked me a single question in the entire interview. She did not even ask me to introduce myself. So she just asked me a single question in the entire interview. She just asked me, uh, during all these interviews, sorry, during all these events that you have conducted, it's not always, something does not always go to the plan, right? So just tell me one incident when all went as per the plan and it was a successful event, and tell me one instance where it went wrong, but how you managed to make it a successful event. So this was the only question that she asked. So I answered her with a particular instance that I had in my mind at that time. I answered her and I told her how we managed it, and I was pretty confident in answering the question. And then she told me, she gave me a situation, and she told me, how do you think of the situation? So it will be a situation like, they might show you a photo, and it will be containing hills and a sun there, in the evening time, or it could be the early morning time. So they'll be pretty much asking you, what do you see there? So this is a simple test to check if you're thinking optimistic. If you say it's a sunrise, then you're an early person. You're thinking it's an optimistic way. If you're saying it's a sunset, then you're a night bird person, and you're a bit lazy or something like that. So when you have scenarios like that, always try to be optimistic, and stuff like that. And the final face-to-face round, to answer your question, to sum up everything, final face-to-face round will be with your HR, and HR will not be asking any of the technical questions. So it's all going to ask. It's all going to be about the attitude that you're going to have. So it's going to be of nothing else. It's just going to be of the attitude that you have and how you're, facing it. So those are going to be the main stuff that you're going to do in face-to-face. And it's actually okay, and it's actually pretty much simple to clear the HR round. If you have a good communication skills. Yeah. So that is. I hope that answers your question. That is the final round of face to face, and the next one is okay. I'm good and confident in speaking, but scared about aptitude and how to prepare for it. Awesome. So if you're good and confident in speaking, and you're really scared about aptitude, I would say, and I think that you are you got your roll number, so I think you must be a third year student who's facing your placement interviews right now. So you would have got a lot of placement training. You would have got a lot of trainings on campus, or you guys would have had the face of doing it all for you. Training you in all the aptitude questions and stuff. So there's nothing to be afraid about the aptitude, is what I would say. So it's going to be, the aptitude questions are going to be very basic. Hopefully you're going to face an interview from this point. If you're a third year student, you're going to face an interview from this point. If at all you're a first year student, of course concentrate on the face preps. They'll be having a lot of sessions in how to clear an aptitude. They'll be telling you the formulas for particular problems, and they'll be helping you with all that in the placement training. If at all you're a third year student, it's never too late. I would say it's never too late. The aptitude questions are pretty simple. The aptitude questions are actually pretty simple. If you're good in communication, and if you're good, very confident in speaking, then read the question as you're speaking it to someone. And I would say debug it from the answers. You'll be having four options, and anyone will only fit, or come near, your rough calculation there in the aptitude. To be honest, that's how I cleared my first round in AstraZeneca. I just saw the question, and I just thought, which answer would suit best the question, and that's how I answered it. So it's pretty simple facing the aptitude questions. Don't be worried about it. Don't be tense when writing the aptitude answers. Because there will be a timer running in. I would say don't look at the timer at all. There will be a timer running in which will actually make you tense. So don't look at the timer. Just look at it. Read the question again and again, and you know the answer already. Aptitude questions are pretty simple. If at all it contains mathematics, I sometimes tend to skip the questions, but you guys will be good enough to have the mathematics questions running too. So that's actually good from you guys. But if at all you don't like all those, you can just go for the logical reasoning, and there will be a communication part in the online test too. So it's not just about the aptitude test that you're going to have. It's okay if you just get the minimum marks in the aptitude test. You can score more in the communication part and the other part. So don't actually be scared. You put the word scared, right? So don't be scared about the aptitude test. If at all you have any doubts, or if at all you have any if you still have the fear of these aptitude tests, you can always get into YouTube. They'll be having a lot of sessions. There are a lot of sessions which say how to approach an aptitude question pretty much easily without using the formulas, without using a long concept and long description. They have a lot of sessions there. You can always refer it there. And I would say don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the interviews in the first place. So aptitude is something that you can clear very very easily. If you're facing an interview, you go and sit in an interview and see the aptitude questions. It will be easy for sure. If at all it's not easy, just make sure like you clear the aptitude. They'll be telling you how much you have to take to clear it. Clear the aptitude, go and concentrate on the communication, and there'll be three parts in the online test. Concentrate on the rest of the three and gain good marks there, and you're then into the interview. And once when you clear that round, these aptitude questions are never going to matter in your life at all. So that's a one-time thing. If you clear it, this is again, and this is what I'm saying. If you're going to clear it in the first phase itself, then you will not be having to look at those aptitude questions for the rest of your life, until you're going to have a take a session for your juniors like this after you get placed in a company, or you're going to teach your kids. So that's when you're going to read your aptitude questions back. So that's a one-time thing. Just get it done with that, and in a single time, just clear it out. That's what I would recommend. So hope that answers your question too. So are there any other questions other than these two questions? Any crazy question at all? You can actually say like you don't actually look 22 as you say. You look much older. You can even say yeah. Right. So I don't see any other messages coming in. If at all you guys have any other messages, please any other questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. Let's keep another minute. I'll pass on pass it on to Uday Kumar. Yeah, so I don't think there are any questions. So thank you so much, guys, for inviting me here. So this was yeah. Someone has a question.
Participants, if you have any queries, you can ask Mr. Pavitran, or else you can post your queries in chat box. I have given unmute access to everyone. If you have any queries, you can unmute yourself and you can ask your queries.
Yeah, by the time you ask your questions, I just want to say another important thing. Since we are in a pandemic now, and most of the guys who have would be 18 plus, and you have people at your home. So I've personally seen a lot of people who are very close to me. Not so good news coming about them during COVID times. It's been really really hard at these times. Many people are expiring because of the corona. So all I would recommend you guys is, if all your parents are not getting vaccinated, it's only you guys who can convince them. Get your parents vaccinated, get yourself vaccinated. It's not a bad thing to get vaccinated, right? So if you're afraid of the vaccines and if you're afraid of the injections, there is something even more terrific coming in if you're not getting vaccinated. So always take the first step before the COVID hits you. Get vaccinated and properly stay safe, and ask your entire family to get vaccinated, because you're the only people who will be able to do it. So it's always good to have a complete vaccination in the family. So take care and stay safe. Yes, sir. I don't think they have any more questions. I don't see it coming in direct messages too. Yeah.
Pavitran, there is a query in YouTube live chat.
Yes.
Can we get salary equal to the person who choose engineering?
Okay, so that I would say, you guys, this is the point where we have a little bit of obstacle, I would say, in BSc Computer Science. So whenever HR is recruiting you, they'll be having an MRP for a particular candidate that they're recruiting, and of course the MRP for the engineering students would be more when compared to the art students. But nowadays the trend is a bit decreasing. Whoever gets in for that particular job role, say if you're getting in as a graduate trainee in one of the companies, and engineering guy is coming in as a graduate trainee, both will be having the same salary package. But at some companies, engineering guys will be having a bit more than compared to the arts guys, like BSc computer science as us. But that is not going to matter in the long run. Why I would say is, after a few days, any company it might be, after a few months or after 1 year or two, so any company that might be will be normalizing the entire pay scale. So they'll be normalizing your entire pay scale based on your performance, and they'll be normalizing it along with the people who joined with you. So let them be an engineering student, let you be an art student. Once when the normalization takes place, your salaries will be somewhere near. So it's not going to actually have a drastic effect on your career, because this is when you're going to join a company, you're going to be just 21. So from 21, when you're reaching 22 or 23 years of age, you'll be having the salary normalized, and you'll be having a yearly hike also. So at the long run, that's not going to matter. But as soon as you join the company, it might be a little bit difficult to see the engineering guys getting a lot. But those guys have been there for 4 years, and they've been through a lot of a lot of stress and pressure. Let them enjoy it for a year. Let them enjoy the privileges for a year. We can take on them after the next year. We can probably let them enjoy their 4 years of struggle at least for a year ahead of us, and we'll probably take it from the next year, I would say. Yeah, so it's not a big deal. At the long run, you guys all will be in the equal part.
Yes, one more query from YouTube chat.
Yes,
I did
sir.
my BSc Computer Science degree. How to achieve the job? I think he's asking how to approach job after completing BSc Computer Science.
Okay, so once when you have completed BSc Computer Science, there are a lot of applications that will actually help you getting in a job. And now is the time. People are saying, like, due to this COVID, the technical industry has fallen down. IT industry is the only industry that is functioning, but there are a lot of layoffs coming in. But that's not the case. People have started recruiting a lot of other people, because they don't have to use offices and stuff. They are just giving permanent work from home. Some companies are giving permanent work from home itself. In that case, how do you go and approach a company? How do you apply it? First, I would say, just prepare a pakka resume. Have a concrete resume which speaks you out. Which speaks your entire character out in that particular resume. And download these apps. I would ask you to register in LinkedIn first. LinkedIn is a major is the major network that is connecting you with all the major companies that's been handled here. Not just in Chennai. It's around India if you want to go in. And even if international stuff, a few of the international stuff, it will be available in LinkedIn. So first, register in LinkedIn, have a LinkedIn account, and follow all the companies that you think that you're interested in. And if you just put in a training or something, so that would be for the freshers. So if you put in, there will be a lot of job listings, and you can just apply in the LinkedIn application itself, where you'll be getting a call back from the company. So the first thing would be registering in LinkedIn. And the second thing that you guys have to do will be registering in Naukri. You guys know the Naukri thing. I hope so. There is a Naukri website. So in Naukri website, if you guys go and put your resume first, you will be at least getting a call per day. At least I'm just saying it as the minimum. If you're putting your resume, you'll just be getting at least one call per day from a company which is asking you to come for an interview. So you have completed basic computer science. I would recommend you first logging into LinkedIn, have an account for yourself, and then put your resume in Naukri also, register in Naukri. You'll also be getting calls from there. And apart from this, if you have any other friends working in the other company, say for example, you have your seniors or you have your cousins working in TCS or CTS, they'll be having internal job postings for freshers. They can always refer you. And if at all there are any postings in my company, I will let know ma'am or sir about it, and they'll be referring you with that. Or ma'am knows that she has a lot of contacts, and she'll be able to get you in any of the companies too. So uh, these are the stuff that I would recommend. First thing is LinkedIn, then Naukri, and then internal reference from any of the guys. So this is how you approach getting into a company after you complete the degree. So I see another question. Many jobs comes with a bond for a year or two. Are there companies that don't have such bond? Okay. Yeah. So I do get it. There are a lot of companies that come with bonds. Even I have seen during my placement period, there were companies with 5 years of bond even. So as you said, no companies will be coming without bond. I won't say it's a bond or something. They would call it a training period, or yeah, they would call it a training period. So in that particular period, for some companies, it's just as little as 6 months. For my company, they just had it for 6 months. For L&T, they had it for 2 years. And for CPS and TCS, they had it just for 1 year. So those are the stuff, because they are putting in a lot of efforts to recruit you guys. So they just want to make sure, like, they don't let go of their employees as soon as in a single year, because they would have to find some time to replace you with someone else. So that is why they have this bond and stuff. I would say if it's a bond, like nearly 5 years or more than 3 years, 1 or 2 years is fine, because 1 or 2 years, you yourself will not be having mind to go to any other company. So 1 or 2 years is fine. And there are companies which will be recruiting you. To answer your question, there are companies which will be recruiting you for 6 months of bond. It's not like there won't be any lock-in period at all. There would be minimum of 3 to 6 months of lock-in period in any company that you get placed into. But apart from that, if it's going to 5 years or 3 years, just look at the job role and just look at what you're requested or what you're required to do. And if you're really interested, then go ahead for that 5 year or more than 3 years bond. And if at all you're having another option of 3 to 6 months bond or a 1 year to 2 year bond, then that is completely fine in any of the IT companies. So you can go for that. Yes. And the other one is
Pavitran, one more query
Yes, sir.
from YouTube live chat.
Yes, sir.
So the question from Mr. Syed,
Yes, sir.
how long should the self intro be? Does it annoying the HR to myself it is long? So how does the student to attend the interview via online? What are the
Sure.
changes to make?
Yes, sir. So when you're attending the interviews online, this is what I hear from my people who are actually going and recruiting the people for our company. So all they look for is first thing, let it be an online interview, and wearing black shirts or a dark shirts in an interview doesn't make you look more approachable. Just wear light color shirts. I'm just starting from the basics. These are stuff that you guys may already know. Started from there, and as you just asked about the self intro thing, you know just make it short and crisp, not exceeding more than 1.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes is a lot already. What I'm saying, 1.5 minutes is pretty much a long story. But all I would want you to say is, not if you're going to have a self intro, it's not like about you're going to say in which school you studied. You're not going to say in which area you say. It's not about that. It's not the self intro that they're looking for. It doesn't matter in which school you study for them. It doesn't matter in which area you're staying for them. So all that matters to them is what you have, specialized from yourself. So obviously you'll be introducing your name and your UG degree, when you got graduated up from the college, and then tell about some of the strengths of your side. Don't put it like directly as strengths. You can say, like, I'm good at, you can be like, I'm good at doing this. I'm good at organizing stuff. I'm good at organizing an event. I'm good at the technical stuff. You can say that. And then finally you can just put it in a positive note. I'm a good learner. And I always tend to learn a lot of stuff even if I don't know. So that this would definitely end within a minute. And once when you say this and you end it with a good note, like you're ready to learn stuff, then the HR will actually be the HR or the any person who's even it's a technical round, they'll ask you a self intro. This is actually going to make you look better. Ending in with a good note that you're ready to learn any stuff that you don't know already. So that is a good attitude when it's considered. So that's what I would say. No, not exceeding 1 to 1.5 minutes. Your self intro can be that crisp and short, and nothing, not anything that they might not need the information about. So I see another one here. So nowadays everything being digitalized. Is there an equal chance of getting job opportunities for all, or is the engineering course have a higher level of chance? Kaneshwar, I would say, I actually pity the engineering students also at this point, at this particular point of time. Now all that matters is not what course that you are studying. Let it be engineering, let it be arts and science. Now all that matters in this corona period, as far as I've seen, is in which institution that you study. A lot of engineering students, they wrote their exams from home, and they just couriered their papers. And a lot of other art students, MU students, they wrote it, and also they sent it in Korea. So in that case, if we take in SRM, I would say we have an edge towards it. We have a proper protected exams and all those stuff. So when this is being digitalized, it's not like the engineering guys will be given the preference. I would not say that. In some companies, they are not even looking for, if all you go get into Naukri, as I said, and look into LinkedIn, they're not even giving it for the BE and B Tech guys. So it's mainly based on BSc computer science guys, because they need someone young. So to be honest, from a company point of view, what they'll be thinking is, if I'm going to pay an engineering guy, I can always pay a bit less. As I said, I can always recruit a bit for a bit lesser. I can always recruit an art student, and I can train him with that. And later, depending upon his performance, I might increase his salary. So that is what the mindset of most of the people here is. And AstraZeneca came for the for placement try for the second time, I think here for SRM for the art students. That is for us. And after that, they did not regret it. They kept coming. So that was a new company that came in. So they kept coming. And every year, AstraZeneca used to come here and recruit the people, especially the arts people, because they're impressed with the performance of the arts people there. So like that, also a lot of companies are there. So it's not going to matter whether you're the engineering people definitely don't have an edge in all these digital interviews. So it's always going to be, both engineering and the arts students are going to have the same. I would say, the uh, same equality or something, like, if you're having the skill, if you're having the good attitude, you'll be getting placed. Doesn't matter, it's the engineering experience. And of course, sometimes they'll be requesting, some of the job roles will be requesting either you complete a BE or an equivalent master's degree. But of course, that is something becoming a rare case now, because they're always looking for freshers, and I don't think there's going to be much of an alarming issue for us. This is something, this is there, but it's very minimal, not in all the companies. We of course have a wide range of options to get placed to. So this is not going to be the main one. Yeah. And I see another question. What kind of technical question can we expect during an interview? So yes, I would say, as I said, in a technical interview, all they'll be asking you is, you know, my maximum of the technical interviews, face-to-face interviews, they'll be asking you to write a code. And now it's digital. They'll be asking you to type a code in any of the programming language that you are comfortable with. So I would say, if you're comfortable with C++, if you're comfortable with C++ and we want to prepare in C++ more, then get to know each and every corner of C++ so that you can put in any programs in C++ if it's required. That's what I said just before. So from there, if you can, if there is something in C++ and if he's asking a question, you'll be able to write in C++. So don't just jumble around. I need to learn Java too. I need to learn C2, C++. I need to learn Python. Not everything. If you know a programming language, be stronger than that. And any question that they ask in technical interview, maximum it will be like, to get this output, what is the code that I have to write? So there, in that scenario, you'll be writing a code in technical interviews. And if you're attending any SQL interviews, they'll be asking you what are the types of join, and if I need to join this table and that table, what type of join should I use, and I need this in common. So that is something they'll be asking you. So those kind of stuff. Mainly, it will be based on the programming language that you are comfortable in. Because I've been in two of the technical interviews for two companies. In AstraZeneca, I didn't have a lot of technical questions, but in other two companies, I had technical questions where they asked me they gave me a scenario and they asked me to write a code in whichever programming languages I was comfortable with. And I gave them the code, which actually will give the output. So this is what happens. So be prepared. If it's a single programming language, which you're going to be thorough of, just be prepared. If you're going to decide on Java, then be prepared with Java. Go on with Java. So these are the type of questions that you might get in a technical interview. They're not going to be asking you about definitions and all. They're not be going to ask you about 16-mark questions. They're going to ask you about actual coding knowledge that you have gained out of the program that you have learned. Yeah. And I hope that answers your question.
Okay, if you have any queries, you can ask. Otherwise, you can move on to the vote of thanks. Yes, I think there is no any queries, Pavitran. In YouTube chat also, I will check. Okay. Vanishri, over to you, Vanishri.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. This was really helpful for all of us over here. And you truly are a pride of our college, sir. Once again, thank you, sir. Now, it's time to end the event. I would like to call Mr. A. Vignesh, sir, Assistant Professor, to give away the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Anushree. So my voice is audible?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good,
Audible.
good morning, everyone. I'm happy and thankful for allowing me to deliver vote of thanks at this wonderful guest. I extend my sincere thanks to management for encouraging us to conduct these types of events, and my grateful thanks to our respected director, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramavaram campus, for his support and guidance. My sincere thanks to mention to our respected Dean, SNDH, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramavaram campus, for his dynamic support, guidance, and advice. My special thanks to the speaker of the day, Mr. Pavitran, for the wonderful limelighted session today. And in spite of his busy schedule, he accepted our request to grace this occasion. Thank you, Mr. Pavitran. I would like to acknowledge and thank Dr. S. Umarani, Professor and Ed, Computer Science Department, for our continuous effort in the making of this event a grand success. I'm thankful to all the participants for joining this event to attend the session. Thank you all once again.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. And I'm really thankful, and this has been a real privilege for me to come here and take the entire session. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Umar Ma'am, Vignesh, Uday Kumar sir. It was really an excellent session from my side. You know, I'm really proud to have this, and I'm really happy to come in for the next and other sessions if you need me here. So always happy for us. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Pavitran. That's a wonderful session. I think I have the students is asking more on placement, especially on the academic and placement. It is a very good, clear idea about what have been done for the placement, everything on that. Thank you, Pavitran.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.